get that first $1,000 keyword passed out. Those brought to you by Beaver's Marine Store, by the way. Find them in the Atwood Lake region, online, beaversmarinestore.com. Get paid out with me, 9 a.m. Also, new Pearl Jam for New Tour Tuesday as well. All right, so apparently the Super Bowl the other night was the most watched television program of all damn time. 123.4 million viewers. See, it's in, man. The script is in. They rigged it for the views. Yeah, it was up about 7% from last year. More than 200 million viewers watched all or part of Super Bowl across networks. The highest unduplicated total audience in history was up about 10% versus last year's Super Bowl, about 184 million last year, by the way, across all platforms. So, like, again, man, like, if you know you're putting on an event and you got to 185, are you thinking, as a league, we got to get this to 200? Sure, absolutely. And when they saw the relationship with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce kind of unfolding, did they think to themselves, we're getting to 200 million? Yeah. Write the script in is where you lose me. I'm sorry, you lose me. And you didn't know it was scripted. You didn't know it was rigged. Otherwise, you would have bet it. I made this point yesterday. So they rigged the Super Bowl for the Chiefs to win and gave the Chiefs points. The Chiefs were dogs the entire way. The first time the line came out, up until right before kickoff, the Chiefs were dogs. Why would they do that? They wouldn't. They wouldn't. Like, you can think this. All you have to do is completely not understand sports gambling, and then you'll think it, right? It's kind of one of those things. But apparently, they drew all of the eyeballs, and we knew that they would. This is like ticket sales for movies. Every time somebody talks about, oh, they broke the box office record again. Well, yeah, movie tickets are $20 now versus $6 when, Ferris Bueller came out. So, yes, if you go by dollar amount, yes, they broke the box office records, right? And we're giving people more ways to watch this than ever before, and it's become bigger and bigger before. Do you know what I think the ratings increase is due to? I'll give Taylor a little bit of credit here. I mean, the woman sells out, wait for it, not one NFL stadium, she sells out them all. So she clearly had something to do with this. But you know what really did it, though? The gambling. Everybody bets football now. I'm going to sound like Junior Soprano. Yeah, things are good, I'll give you that. But this economy's so goddamn robust, you got housewives betting football now. Right? Like this, and that, there's a little bit of truth in this. Everybody's got a $5 wager on Gronk or a $5 wager on, whether this. And so, like, it drives more eyeballs to the television. It drives more interest to the event, which is why all these leagues got over their fear of gambling. That's why they did it. Is we're dominating ratings, and we better make sure we continue to do that. So make them invested in it. Everybody's got an account now with one of those programs. God knows I did. I went from having to call my brother and PayPal money every other day to get good lines to now just downloading an app. It's right here in my hand. I think that's what drove the 7% increase year over year. Taylor obviously helped with this, for sure. By the way, 54 seconds she was on the screen. 54 in the Super Bowl. I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. It wasn't enough. Like, it wasn't enough. Like, we were sitting on the couch and I was like, show her more. Like, what are you doing? Show her more. What are you doing? This is entertainment. Get her face on that screen. What are we doing? I didn't think they showed her enough. Now, why didn't they show her enough? Because her boyfriend played like trash the first half of the game. I know for sure I was holding a ticket for him to go over 71.5 yards. He did, but it took all damn game for it to happen. He was non-existent early in that game. So they wrote the script for Trav not to score a touchdown in Las Vegas where she's there? I mean, that's the most laughable thing I've ever heard. I mean, you have to be, seriously, you have to be like what Texas would say, touched, in order to be able to buy, like, for real. Like, dude, before you're, like, that's what would have to happen for you to buy into that. Like, it's craziness. It's absurd. Another crazy thing surrounding these two people and the Super Bowl. Most of you have seen that. Probably saw it when it happened. Travis Kelce got heated with Andy Reid, head coach. He bumped him. He body bumped him. I guess maybe you could call it a shove. Okay, fair enough. And I got to be honest with you, it's not the best look ever. Like, it isn't. But we have excused plenty of competitive men for a lot of different behaviors when they were wrapped up in the competition. I'd rather it not happen, but welcome to passion. If I get into an argument in this hallway with somebody here about this program, it may get heated because I care. I'm obsessed with this. I eat, sleep, and breathe this. That's it. So I'm territorial. And I think that's what a lot of athletes are. I mean, look at what, dude, Draymond Green literally choked a guy. This is after punching a teammate. Back on the court. But Travis Kelce bumps his coach, gets a little loud in his ear, and all of a sudden now he's the biggest problem we've ever seen. Like, we need to dial this down a touch, right? I didn't think it was a good look. But Tom Brady used to eviscerate players and coaches on the sideline. Just a competitor, man. Just wants to win. Passion. When you like somebody, it's passion. When you're tired of hearing about them, it's all of a sudden the most awful thing you have ever seen in your life.
Right, so I need to do something much. Okay?
Linlin's playing math.
He recently shared a strange trick that anyone who
She's not practicing math, she's playing math.
I'm playing math. I'm not practicing math. Okay? This is the same of Sudoku. No, than playing. Sudoku, you must need to minus too.
It turned out they were sleeping with regular cheap pillows
come
that
on.
twisted 1/3 of their life asleep.
Now she's eating
That's
a
over
cookie.
200,000 hours of sleeping silently in pain without even knowing it. He searched online for memory foam pillows.
Now
but
she's
only
drinking
saw
coffee.
cheap Chinese
Did you see we have lots of mess here?
ultra-expensive and unnecessary
That's not
ones.
messy.
So he took matters into his own hands and developed a
Let's
brilliant
make it home. The wipe with the
Linlin just can't wait to do her gardening. It's snowing outside and
I need the gloves. So I'm gonna make some. I need the gloves. I forgot my gloves, sweetheart. Yeah. Gotta mix it. To remove this. Me too. Sweetheart. Just need the coriander. Wait.
hearing road dust and stuff. Really nothing we can do about it. The only thing we really need to worry about is we got a bucket at home. Just need to get like a plastic brush so we can scrub the mats.
We're losing it all the way around. Now I know plenty of you are respecting people. It's not like I'm the only one doing it. You guys step your game up. Not even close. I know that's what some of you are going to fear because it's, well, to be honest, it's easy to hate the loudmouth, opinionated dude on the radio. It's easy to hate that. But like that's not what I'm saying. But I do feel like it's important. And I would judge. I know this is. If you show up late to a job, by the way, you got to remember, you're lucky to be here. Lucky to be here. Everybody says about these types of jobs, and you're not wrong. There is a privilege to this. A lot of work goes into it, a lot of preparation, a lot of sweating overnight about ratings periods, a lot of, glad hadn't.
Yeah, the trouble is with those things, half the time, every time I've gone to that one anyway, I fed my quarters into it to start it up, and it didn't work.
And how you handle your business.
Because the guy that owns those, he owns that one. He owns the one on the boulevard over there by Wendy's, and he owns like a couple others, and he doesn't take care of them. He shows up once a week to do the paperwork and collect the money out of the machines. That's all he does. If it's broken, screw you. I've lost money so many times at that place. I've called him. He's never called me back. So I don't go there anymore.
Alright, not every headline that sounds like it is something is a problem is a problem.
Love you.
We know
that. He almost had me arrested one day during the pandemic because I showed up at his location on the boulevard, and I vacuumed out my car and got rid of some garbage and stuff that I had, and instead of putting it in the trash or receptacle that was full, because he wouldn't empty those either, I just took it back to his dumpster. And he called the cops. Said I was stealing services, which I wasn't, because I just got done using his vacuum.
And we don't necessarily get sidetracked on how terrible the news is, although there was a couple of stories.
I haven't dealt with him. I haven't dealt with him ever since. He's just a piece of shit person.
By the way, I don't believe in the game. That the bulk of Americans now don't believe that the current president has the mental capacities to handle another 4 years of office. That is something MSNBC would have never admitted to you 3 months ago. But even now, they're like, we might have to rotate homie out, so get the headlines out there now, right? And like that's kind of it's kind of what's happening, right? We know that. I mean, I don't think anybody's in the dark on that.
Just looking at that bike.
But there was something presented as a problem yesterday via a headline, and I'm not so sure it is an issue. And it's your children in school. Now, I don't have children of my own. There are kids in my life who I love and care about dearly. I would admit to you, it is different than having your own children. For sure. But they tell me now, the Washington Post is reporting, that for the first time ever, they say, most students in the United States actually get to school now in a private vehicle. The buses are over. Welcome to the era of the pickup line. Now, again, I don't have children of my own. I made a mistake the one day. I think it was Middle Branch. I had to go somewhere to get something, and I turned out, and there's a school right there, and I thought it was traffic backed up. And I was like, oh, no, everybody's pulled over to the side of the road. This is the line to pick up these little kids from school? Like, good God, man. Like, it was crazy over there. And according to the Federal Highway Administration, 53% of students in the country were either driven or then drove themselves to school. Welcome to high school, right? In what they're calling a private vehicle, meaning your car. right? They're making it sound like it's a like you just got a private jet, like your T Swift, right? No, it's your car. Is essentially what's happening. And this was kind of presented as a problem. It was then talked about in the comment section as a problem.
You got your key?
And I don't see it as one. Now, maybe this is one of those things, if I had kids of my own, I would get turned around on.
Wasn't sure how long we were going to be gone.
But I would rather my kid be in the car with one of the parents versus a school bus. It's not that I think school bus drivers are all coked out or they're bad or this. That's not what it is.
Did you bring your drone?
That's not what it is.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, growing up, my favorite family member, my Aunt Sandy, was a school bus driver. I loved her because she was out of her mind. But she was like the best aunt ever. She was killer. And so I have no problem with bus drivers. None, right? That's not the issue. I actually like children spending more time with their parents as much as humanly possible. I know you got to get to work, right? I know it's like, well, flip the coin, who's taking the kids, and we got practice, and oh my God, I got to be asses and elbows in the work parking lot at 5 o'clock to go get the kid. I watch her do it all the time.
buffet.
That's where we're gonna park anyway.
Hmm?
That's where we're gonna park anyway.
Sometimes he would pick me up. Mostly I rode the bus. Here's the other thing. They also say that 53% of students in the country were either driven or drove themselves to school in a private vehicle in 2022. Right? Well, the driving yourself to school thing is interesting. And maybe some of you can help me with this. You can text in 330-450-7625. Every person I know who has driver-age children say, my kids, they have their driver's license maybe, or
I just looking something before I eat.
I just tried because I asked if I'm gonna take a picture or gonna hold the tail. But when I touch it, oh, it's still alive. Yeah, it's just, oh my goodness. Do you think that is in her home, in his home?
Not yet. He will be before too long, though. Maybe we'll stop by there for a little bit.
Yeah.
I was over there last night.
Yeah.
He asked me why you were walking home.
What did you say?
Told you I didn't know until I saw you pop up on there. Told him we had an argument earlier in the day and you were still mad about it.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Wow, that is a nice motor. Blue, like a Power Ranger. See? Yeah, that bike is kind of like a Power Ranger bike. Those bikes. Tatore arigeta hotomo. Tatore arigato. Titsuko tatakai no yeah. Like more tai survive ni. Natikakakere. Natujiar. Tukero mate itio. Owake wa.
Wow.
Oh, ito is Spanish.
Holy shit.
There's people already. Somewhere. It's hot customers.
What do you want?
Banana float.
Banana split?
Banana split, yeah. Why you're mad?
Banana float.
Launching that joint venture. It doesn't necessarily say officially when, but it should be coming soon. My guess is before the next NFL season is when you're going to see that happen. So, 10 years into streaming, man. And here comes cable. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Nothing's really new. It's just repackaged. You know, it's just one of those things. And I do think sports is driving live attention, eyeballs and ears. For sure it does. Absolutely it does. I think we could be on the cusp of creating another sport. Competition seems to be, I think that's why reality shows do a little well too, is because there's some competition in that, right? Who gets the rose? Who's getting thrown off the island? Is she going to have sex with him in the bushes? Right? There's a little bit of that that's, caked into that. And so I think you could see like a basketball type sport arise. I know that movie was ridiculous and awesome. But I think you could see something like that happen. And what makes me say things like that is like, look at Steph Curry in the NBA. Like, one of the reasons why that guy's as popular as he is because he looks like your kid. He's not big. He's not massive. He's little. And so now all of a sudden, kids who are little think, wait, well, I could do that. Well, I could chuck the ball from half court. I could do that. And so, like, he's opening this door for people who feel a little shut out. I'm never going to be 7'1". I'm never going to be this, right? And so, like, most kids aren't born LeBron James. He's a freak of nature, that guy. Most people aren't that size and, like, have that body. And thank God, dude, because more of us would be turned upside down for our lunch money every day.
You know what that conniving trickery is called?
The Stansberry Show on Rock 106.9.
Rock the bank at 10 a.m. with Teresa. That's your second opportunity. At $1,000 keyword, those presented by Beavers Marine. Online for you at beaversmarinestore.com. Had a great meeting with those guys down there, and that was like, Neil's a great guy. Good dude. Happy to have them on board. All right, just how dirty are you getting in the bedroom? The sheets. Now, it's not necessarily solely about sex, right? They say here the bulk of us are not washing our sheets as we should be. And they have rolled out here the first ever Between the Sheets report. Statista is who has done this study for us. Now, interestingly enough, it tells us less than half of the people actually wash their sheets as often as they're supposed to, which means we're actually sleeping in filth. My problem with this is it did not tell me in this article how often we should be washing our sheets, right? Because I'm guessing that was one of your first questions when I said, hey, nobody's doing this enough. Probably the first thing you thought is, well, how often am I supposed to be doing it, right? So I then just Googled that. How often should we be washing our bed sheets? I will tell you that you care, but I normally do mine by pay period. Did I get paid today? New sheets. It's, you know what I mean? That's like, it just seems like once every I get paid every 2 weeks. I guess maybe I should tell you that part. And that just seems like there's just like a clock in my mind. It's like, oh yeah, 2 weeks is my body, you know? Now, if I've been sick or if I'm sweating more or if there's something like that, it's like, all right, maybe let's get these yanked off there and do that. But they say, according to Google, as a general rule, Trisha Rose, founder of textile company Rough Linen, advises washing your sheets once a week. So again, sorry, I would be behind the schedule there. Now they say again, this is the first ever Between the Sheets report, and this is all about Valentine's Day coming around the corner. And they're saying, you know, more and more people are going to be hitting those sheets, and so they want to be able to, or they want you to be keeping them clean. And so this sheets report, by the way, also tells us what you're doing in your bed that's not sexual. Like they say, some emerging trends are this. 23% of people are doing mindful activities like meditating and journaling while in bed. Okay, I would be on that list. I like to journal. People will sometimes ask, well, how do you even get started? So I came to it through some advice from a friend. It was like, you know, people talk about how bad their situations are all the time. Every night, start listing down everything you're thankful for. And so I kind of do that. And then they say whatever negative thoughts you have, you should write those down too. Like, I feel like killing Jennifer, right? And so like I write that one down a lot. You know what I mean?
I love you.
Love you.
Did you drink more water, sweetheart?
Yeah.
You should drink more water. I just everybody they're thinking that they catch it. I cannot. I'm the one who are looking at it. if allowed, I will bring it here. But almost died.